Mr Chair, reintroducing Peter Starr.
Peter.
Thank you, Warwick. Just in light of the, you might want to give a comment. Digital environment does not lead to customer service excellence and customer loyalty.
Would you like me to comment on that?
Yeah, I would. Thank you.
You're right. That's a blanket statement. When we talk about, and Patrick talked about the NPS, the Net Promoter Scores for our MyBOQ versus the legacy system, and the MyBOQ was a better Net Promoter Score. What it does is it allows us to deliver products with more capability that are easier to access, easier to open, to close, to make adjustments, to make payments, and you can incorporate that into your everyday living. And so I think we're also trying to be competitive as well, and our competitors are also offering similar sorts of products. So we're showing so far that the experience of our customers is a better experience, and they appreciate being able to solve problems themselves, either through the actual online capability itself, through things like chatbots, etc. So the functionality that we provide is far greater for our customers in an online environment.
So just to follow up from that, I take it that if you've got the customers using the digital, but then you've got other customers who want to come to the brain or the branch, and I happen to be in that category where I prefer my clients to go into a branch, but we are all doing digital, just to be fair to everyone in the room. And the feedback I have from my clients is it is a much better experience when they sit down and talk face to face with somebody. And I can only give you that honest feedback. I can't make it up. That's the feedback I get.
Thank you.
One other question. When we had Mr. George Fraser's there and this brilliant idea, let's purchase ME Bank. And we purchased it, and I'd just like someone to try and tell me, has that been such a great purchase? Because from where I sit in the chair, I don't see it has been a great benefit to BOQ. Might have been a great benefit to ME Bank, but it wasn't a great benefit to BOQ and BOQ shareholders. And I say this because I had a front row view when Westpac and the St George, and what they've done now is put Westpac and St George together, which the feedback in general there has been really good. So Westpac, you go in, and St George, where they've got the branches together, a lot of the feedback there is so positive. So can you guys try to explain to not just me, but the rest of the shareholders in the room, what's the plan now for ME Bank now that we, brought it at, I believe was, a higher multiple in earnings that we should have paid, and where's that going to sit, please?
So Peter, the original assumptions on the synergies that were available to us on the acquisition have been captured, and those benefits we have enjoyed those benefits that were the original assumptions. The second thing that I would add to that is that the scale that it has given us, particularly in mortgages, has allowed us to invest in new capability that as a smaller bank, BOQ on its own, may not have been able to do. And then the final point is that the pockets of excellence that existed within the employees at ME Bank, we don't really talk about them as being ME Bank employees, the BOQ employees. The pockets of excellence we've been able to share that expertise right across the network. So maybe it's too early to tell, but there are a range of benefits that we enjoy now as a much larger entity.
Well, I might just add to
Patrick has some additional point.
So Peter, thank you for your question. I think there's just a couple of reflections as well. There was very little overlap in the customer base from me, so we've added close to 450,000 customers from me to BOQ. I think the key benefits for us is it's a broker channel, and it is the only growth channel on our mortgage portfolio at the moment across all of our channels. So you are seeing BOQ able through the me brand and through the me broker channel to grow its mortgage portfolio. You're not seeing that on the BOQ brand and the VMA brand at the moment. So that diversification has given us the opportunity to grow in a very, very difficult market. I think the other thing that we've said is that me will be the first brand that we will actually decommission and migrate all of our customers off the legacy me platform onto our digital platform. So that will be a material proof point of a pure end-to-end digital bank. Me never had any branches, and so we will have one of the largest digital banks at scale in Australia with a great proof point for our future state. So we're excited about the prospects that's bringing us, but it also gives us a diversification in our portfolio as well.
Just one quick follow-up on that. Obviously, a lot of the customers now, we've got banks getting rid of ATMs, and they because some years ago, during the Royal Commission, it talked about, well, if you use your Commonwealth Bank card in a Westpac, you charge $2.50 or $2.80, and all the four big majors thought, oh, well, let's fix this. We'll get rid of this issue where we won't charge. So now, and I'm sure everyone in the room knows, if you use your card at Commonwealth and you go to an ANZ, NAB or Westpac, you're not charged a fee. But what's happening now with your machines is that, if you could explain, because the concern, not just for me, but for the general mum and dad people who are shareholders and audience and customers, is what machines we can use without getting a fee, first up, and if they're private machines, can you name those machines?
Do we have an answer for that?
So Peter, there are varying fees across different banks. I can't tell you which machines across Australia charge you which fees, but I'm sure we would have someone within our organisation that could do that. So I'll come back and respond to that question.
I would appreciate if we could publish that, because I think it's really important, because I think it's unfair for BOQ customers to... I know we used to be, I think it was the Ready Bank, where we weren't charged a fee. So I just think it's important for the BOQ customers who need to access. I know we do have some BOQ machines, so
yeah,
you don't pay the fee, but if you could come back on that, that would be really great. Thank you.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.